Have you ever noticed that your anxiety feels 10 times stronger at night? During the day, you're distracted. You're busy. Your mind is occupied with work, people, noise, notifications, and responsibilities. But the moment you lie down in bed, turn off the lights, and try to sleep, your brain suddenly becomes loud. Thoughts you ignored all day come rushing in. Small worries feel huge. Your heart beats faster. Your chest feels tight. You start overthinking conversations, mistakes, the future, your health, your life. And the more you try to sleep, the more awake and anxious you feel. This is not random. This is not weakness. And this is definitely not just in your head. This is neuroscience. Tonight, we're going to understand exactly why anxiety feels worse at night, what your brain is doing after dark, and most importantly, how you can stop it. Here's what science says. During the daytime, your brain is flooded with external input. Light, sound, movement, conversations, tasks, deadlines. All of these keep a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex busy. This is the rational, logical part of your brain. It helps you make decisions, solve problems, and keep emotions under control. But at night, something changes. When the lights go off and you lie still, sensory input drops dramatically. Your brain is no longer distracted by the outside world. And when that happens, another system becomes more active, the default mode network. The default mode network is the part of your brain that turns on when you are not focused on anything external. It's responsible for self-reflection, thinking about the past, imagining the future, and replaying memories. In simple words, it is the overthinking network. And this network becomes most active at night. That's why you suddenly start thinking about things you didn't think about all day. That awkward thing you said 3 years ago, that mistake at work, that health symptom you Googled, that fear about the future, that relationship worry. Your brain is doing what it's designed to do when it has no distractions. It turns inward. But here's the problem. At night, your emotional brain becomes stronger than your logical brain. As the day ends, your prefrontal cortex, the logical part, becomes tired. Decision fatigue, mental exhaustion, and stress reduce its ability to control emotions. Meanwhile, your amygdala, the fear and emotion center of the brain, becomes more sensitive. Research shows that sleep deprivation and fatigue increase amygdala activity by up to 60%. That means at night, your brain is literally more sensitive to fear. So a small worry feels like a big threat. A minor problem feels like a disaster. A simple thought turns into a spiral. And you don't even realize this is happening. There's another reason. Cortisol, the stress hormone, follows a daily rhythm. It is highest in the morning to wake you up and lowest at night to help you relax and sleep. But in anxious people, this rhythm gets disturbed. Instead of dropping at night, cortisol remains elevated. This keeps your body in a state of alertness when it should be resting. Your heart rate stays higher. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your muscles remain tense. Your body is trying to sleep, but your nervous system thinks you are in danger. That's why you feel restless in bed. That's why you toss and turn. That's why your chest feels heavy. And then comes the most dangerous part, silence. During the day, noise protects you from your thoughts. At night, silence amplifies them. In silence, your brain starts scanning for threats. This is called threat monitoring. It's a survival mechanism. In ancient times, night was the most dangerous time for humans. Predators hunted in the dark. So your brain evolved to be extra alert at night. Even today, thousands of years later, your brain still behaves the same way in darkness. Except now, the threats are not predators. They are thoughts. What if I fail? What if I get sick? What if something bad happens? What if I never fix my life? And because your logical brain is tired, it cannot argue back. So you believe every thought. This is why anxiety feels more real at night. There's also a psychological factor called rumination. Rumination is when your brain replays the same thoughts over and over without finding a solution. Studies show rumination peaks before sleep because there are no distractions to interrupt the cycle. You are not thinking to solve. You are thinking in circles. And the more you ruminate, the more anxious you feel. The more anxious you feel, the harder it is to sleep. And the less you sleep, the more anxious you feel the next night. This becomes a loop. Anxiety causes poor sleep. Poor sleep increases anxiety, and the cycle continues. Let's talk about something very important. Your bed. If you spend many nights feeling anxious in bed, your brain starts associating the bed with anxiety instead of sleep. This is called conditioned arousal. Now, the moment you lie down, your brain prepares for anxiety automatically. Even before you think anything, your heart rate increases slightly because your brain has learned. Bed equals stress. This is why some people feel calm all day but anxious the moment they go to bed. It's learned. But here's the good news. If this is learned, it can be unlearned. First, you need to understand something powerful. Night thoughts are not trustworthy thoughts, because at night, your brain is in an emotionally exaggerated state. Your amygdala is loud. Your logic is weak. Your body is tired. Your hormones are off balance. So the thoughts you have at night are distorted. A problem that feels huge at 2 a.m. often feels small at 10 a.m. You've experienced this. Everyone has. The solution is not to fight the thoughts. The solution is to change how your brain behaves at night. One of the most effective techniques backed by cognitive behavioral therapy is called cognitive distancing. When a thought appears like, "My life is a mess," you don't argue with it. You simply label it. You say in your mind, "This is a night anxiety thought." This creates distance between you and the thought. It reminds your brain that this is a temporary mental state, not reality. Another powerful technique is called a mental download. Before bed, take 10 minutes and write down everything that's bothering you. Tasks, worries, fears, unfinished things. This signals to your brain that these thoughts are stored somewhere safe. Your brain doesn't need to keep repeating them. Studies show this simple habit reduces nighttime anxiety significantly. Next is light. Bright screens at night suppress melatonin and keep your brain alert. Scrolling social media, watching intense videos, or reading stressful news before bed feeds your brain emotional content right before sleep. Your brain then processes this in silence. Switch to dim lights 1 hour before bed. This tells your nervous system that it's safe to relax. Breathing is another key. When you are anxious, your breathing becomes shallow and fast. This signals danger to your brain. Slow, deep breathing does the opposite. It tells your brain you are safe. Try this. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Do this for 2 minutes. You will feel your heart rate drop. That's your nervous system calming down. And finally, if you cannot sleep after 20 minutes, don't stay in bed fighting your thoughts. Get up, sit in dim light, read something calm, and return when sleepy. This breaks the bed anxiety association. Remember, your brain is not broken. It is behaving exactly how evolution designed it to behave in darkness, silence, and fatigue. Now you understand it. And once you understand your brain, you stop fearing it. Tonight, when anxiety shows up, you won't panic. You'll say, "I know what this is. My brain is in night mode." That awareness alone reduces its power, because anxiety feeds on confusion, and science removes confusion. If this helped you understand your mind better, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who struggles with nighttime anxiety. You never know who needs to hear this. Sleep peacefully tonight. Your brain is on your side, you just needed to understand it.